Hey everyone, this is Rashid again. So, do you think that you lack that particular luster and that attractive language to attract your reader and listener? Or sometimes you want to say something, but you're not able to because you lack that particular expression or vocabulary. Or perhaps you know the word, but you could not use it at the appropriate time because you forgot it, and that word is not part of your regular and active vocabulary. And when you hear that word being used somewhere and you think, oh, yes, I knew that word, but I couldn't use that in my language. How come I am not able to use that word, and how this speaker is being able to use that? This video is going to address exactly these issues, and learning new vocabulary and using them at the appropriate time is not going to be a problem anymore. There are in fact many videos out there about the same topic, but this video is going to give you something different, and you would definitely be able to improve this area. The first one is the most boring one that most of the people do, is that learning one word from the dictionary every day and putting them on the paper, writing down its translation in your native language like in Urdu and memorizing it every day. That doesn't work at all. That doesn't work at all. You would be able to remember its meaning, but using it in a place when it's needed, probably this method wouldn't work. I mean, when it comes to the vocabulary that comes fast to you and you are able to use it instantly on a right situation, this method totally fails there. It is because you know the meaning of the word, but you don't know its exact expression, its context, and where to use it. So what is a better method? I reckon the better one is that you draw the vocabulary from English that you hear or you listen to in your daily life, from the real contexts. Listening to the stuff in English, watching the programs that you like, and reading the stuff that you find interesting and attractive, and keep a notebook with you all the time. Every time you come across a new expression or you say that, yes, I like this expression, I want to use that in my language, put that expression on a notebook and make a list of that. This would be real English in a real situation. And the best bet is that probably you won't have to consult the dictionary to understand these expressions, because you must have understood them through context. And that's going to be a permanent part of your memory. Tip number 3 is learning the meanings of the words in the context. Let's take an example of annoy. If you read the meaning of this word annoy in Urdu, it would be tang karna. But if you hear this being used in a context like, his constant noise was very annoying. Or you can say, I'm just sick of this annoying weather. It's been raining for the last 5 days. So this is a better way of learning the vocabulary. So what I'm suggesting is that you pay more attention to the function of that word instead of the translations, because translations can sometimes be confusing and they don't give you exactly the same meaning that the native speakers use in their daily life. So the next tip is that every time you learn a new word, instead of just writing down that particular word, it would be better to write down the complete sentence where that word is coming in. Ideally, you should write down a full sentence or at least one phrase, and quickly make a few more sentences using the same word and write them down over there. That would be easier to remember the use of that word. Another thing is that when you're speaking English, you find that there is an expression that you can't make. You're not able to speak that word in English. So that's the great opportunity for learning a new word. I mean, you should write down that word on a piece of paper and then later ask somebody the English of this word, or search it on Google. Every person has a particular set of words or expressions that he uses again and again, so you never know that you would come across that expressions in the real language or not. So it's better that you search out that expression that you want to use in English. Why not to find that and add it into your vocabulary? This is how your bank of vocabulary will increase in a matter of days. Okay, so another tip is to learn different forms of the same word. Let's take the example of annoy again, because the most important words in our language are content words like adjective, adverbs, or nouns. So if you learn a word, try to understand the different forms of the same word. Let's take the example of annoy again. The word annoy It can be modified into annoyance, annoying, annoyingly. So when you learn one word and you try to make different forms of the same words, so you wouldn't be learning one word. In fact, you will be learning 3 or 4 more words in bonus. Another important thing is that when you learn a word, it doesn't quickly become a part of your vocabulary or your language very quickly. What happens is that unless you use an expression, it would be a part of your memory, but not part of your active language. So if you want to make sure that when you learn a word, it becomes a part of your active language, the moment you learn that word, try to make multiple sentences using the same words. Try to think of that word in different contexts. So as a result, you will be using this word in your language in no time. Last and the most important thing is that the language that you use, the word that you use, only that becomes a part of your language. So start using it in your speaking as well as your writing. Don't underestimate writing. Writing is a great source for practicing the words that you learn. So just sit down in the evening when you're free, instead of just scrolling through the social media endlessly. Do something productive and write down 1 page every day. And when you're writing it, try to use the words that you have learned recently, the new words. So you will see that this vocabulary would keep on increasing and your language will become very attractive and it will expand in a matter of days. If you think that there is any other tip that you have discovered to improve your vocabulary quickly, please share with me and with others in the comments below. I'll see you in the next video. Best of luck.